Oh, you could have been went live. I'm just sitting.
No, it's okay. Kidding me? I just do things to do things. Also, I will say I don't think you're I think whatever program removes your background might be a little bit racist.
What is it removing?
Your arm sometimes.
Oh, it's because I'm leaning forward.
Okay. I'm just saying. I don't know if it likes everybody. Sorry, guys, for the delay. It's on me. I'm sick. So I'm not feeling the best. But I'm feeling better than I could. It could be worse. So I'm not complaining. Definitely just not feeling the best. All right. And Lynatti should be signed in soon. Let me let her know. Okay. But you can talk for a second because I got to switch up my headphones.
Okay, apparently I'm going to talk for a second because she's going to switch out her headphones. Hi.
Thank you.
I'm Mia. I am co-hosting with Ari, also known as Condescending Audi. We love that for her. Please make sure that you're tapping. Please make sure that you're supporting. It's very much appreciated because we can't let the men win. Okay? We cannot let the men win. We love great conversations. We really do. However, if you troll, we troll back. Best wishes. And if you recognize this voice of mine from calling in previously and me telling you to keep your arms and your feet in the right at all times, that is me. Play with your mama, don't play with me. And that is the introduction. Also, direct support can go to links in bio. You can, if you're interested in rage baiting me, whenever I do finally go live on any of these other platforms, Ari has so graciously put that into the description. Jesus, I don't know if y'all can hear my notifications, but I'm about to turn them off. Other than that, yeah, talk safe, be safe. Don't slur because that's how you get muted in the chat. And if someone is pissing you off in the chat, make sure that you just, drop Ari a little dono to mute.
I accept.
And
I was going to say, I accept super chats for mutes as well.
Jesus. Can you hear my notifications?
No.
Okay, good.
I also just got
That's
my
what I was
headphone
freaking
in,
out
so-
about.
No, I cannot. And yes, Andrea, you were the first one in the chat. I agree. I saw you. Okay. Hey, Corey. I like how you you sit in my landscape version on my live. Hello. I hope Mia didn't tell you guys anything crazy.
Define crazy.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
No, I did not mention any cereals.
Okay, that works.
So I think you're good.
Awesome. Well, we'll start off with the W. Capo, thank you so much for gifting out 10 memberships. I appreciate that. If you received a gifted membership from Capo, be sure to say thank you. A lot of them. I like this one, the gay frogs. Where's Oya?
Is the water turning the frogs gay?
Apparently, the gay frogs received a gifted membership. That was pretty great.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Gosh, golly gee. Okay, guys. If you voted for Trump or you're still a Republican, either way, you still support that party. call the number on the screen. It is either above my head or above Mia's head. Well, actually, it's above Mia's head on both. So I guess I should just stick with that. It's above Mia's head no matter what. Um, so call the number on the screen. You would be having a conversation with both of us. It is not just me, but there is something really funny that well, it's not funny to most people probably, and it's more just interesting to me on something that came out, and I have it open and I kind of wanted to go over it. Um Mia, while we're waiting for people to call. Mia, do you remember hearing last year that Donald Trump filed a lawsuit against Capital One?
There's a lot of lawsuits, so I can't say I do.
Absolutely, Sparky. And you'll get 2 more mutes for a meteor shower, so tell me who as they come in.
Can I? I don't know. Can I mod from? Oh my goodness!
W
Spark
Sparky.
Spark.
Yes, and now Sparky gets 2 more mutes. Yeah. Yeah, but he gets 2 more as well. So, and Mia gets to pick the others. Okay. I don't make the rules, Ty. I just follow them. Wait, that's not true. I literally made the rules.
Well, Ty, you already know that you're probably going to send me a message in Discord. So,
Oh my God, that's
if you have
actually.
any questions, we can answer for you. Just
Yeah, do
not
that.
in the chat.
Okay. So, last year, I'm trying to remember the exact filing date. Is it on here? Let's see. So last year, Donald Trump sued Capital One, claiming that it closed out his accounts in 2021 because of party politics. No, TX, you get to call the number on the screen. So that's how that works. I don't talk to TikTok people because y'all like to pull out your dick on camera and you're weird.
Well, that's one way to say it.
I'm just honest. I'm so sorry. Ari
Oh, I'm
lost
not
her
mad at
filter.
it.
I lost my filter when I got sick. Does that work?
Again, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. I'm just saying it sounds accurate. Also, I gotta change. Why does this happen to my display that it just breaks on me sometimes? Boom.
Right, there
Okay.
we go.
Yeah, now you can see what I do. All right. So yeah, just basically claim that Capital One closed his accounts due to politics, which isn't true in any way, shape, or form. I said 4. That's a number. I don't know, Kristen. Figure out how to block people. Good luck with that. Woo. For the most part, yes, I had a filter. It's where I know you know what it is, Chris, but I'll explain it to people. Saying that I have a filter with the words that I speak just means that I'm conscious or I try to be aware of what I'm saying and roll back troublesome stuff, potentially troublesome stuff. We'll put it out that way. You ready
That
to
was my
bring?
fault. Sorry.
Yeah, you want to bring your account up?
I had to switch on my computer so I could push the L for the liken. By the way, y'all, if you are on a computer, like a hold on. If you guys are on a computer, like on a desktop or whatever, you and you're watching lives, for when it comes to TikTok, you can go ahead and press L and just press and hold L. That way it eliminates the whole like repetitive tapping. But any Hoosers, back to lawsuits because everything's fucking political apparently.
Yes. All right. So yes, everything's political. But fun fact, right? So what people don't realize, and I will point this out, when you create or you open up a new bank account, anywhere with any institution, you agree to terms of service, just like you did to be on any one of the apps that you're watching me from right this second. Okay. You agreed to terms of service. Well, part of the terms of service with Capital One, just like it is with any bank, is that, and maybe not every bank has this exact terms of service, they can close your account for any reason and they don't even have to disclose said reason for you. So, and it was never made public by Capital One that they closed Donald Trump's accounts until he made it public in 2025 by suing them and saying that it was because of political reasons. Right? So, let me show you guys some fun stuff. I don't know how well it's going to show up, so y'all just have to bear with me. Also, William, just bear with me for a second. I want to go over this real quick. Oh, it's not edited on this one. No. Is it? Yay, I remembered how to do it. Editing in real time. We're good. To put it shortly, is that they're saying, right? Found it. So Capital One's decision to terminate the account was expressly permitted by the SAC governing agency or governing agreement, and instead rests on vague allegations of political discrimination that are not supported by any documents attached to the SAC. To the contrary, those documents and plaintiffs' own allegations make clear that Capital One closed plaintiffs' accounts for anti-money laundering reasons. Capital One Bank, after years of investigations, months of analysis and careful review, closed Donald Trump's accounts because they suspected him of money laundering.
That damn Discovery.
That goddamn Discovery. But for the person that's saying that they can't just close your account for any reason, okay, no problem. We'll go ahead and go over this. First, plaintiff's claim for breach of implied covenant cannot stand under Florida law. This was in Florida. Because rules expressly permitted Capital One to close the accounts for any reason and without notice, as the plaintiffs cannot dispute, and they have not disputed so far. Plaintiffs' assertion that they can plead for a claim of breach over the implied covenant by arguing that Capital One executed the AML disclosure process in bad faith is unsupported by applicable law and contrary to the express language of the parties' agreement. Second, plaintiff's argument that the account closure letter gives rise to a fraudulent concealment claim fares no better. They gave him a 3-month notice and even provided an extension, right? They gave him a 3 months notice, said, hey, we're closing your account for 3 months. Move your assets, right? You have 3 months to move your assets. And then he asked for an extension and they provided him an extension, right? Plaintiffs cannot reasonably claim that Capital One, acting in accordance with an express provision in the rules allowing either party to sole discretion to close an account for any reason, quote, defrauded them as to the confidential reasoning for account closure. Under the terms of the party agreement, plaintiffs were not entitled to any reason for the closure decision and received none. Acting in accordance with an express contractual provision cannot give rise to a fraud claim. Donald Trump was still able to open accounts with other banks. They try to say that as well. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that's coming out in Discovery, and it's going to be so beautiful. I'll read this last part real quick.
I have words.
Have you formulated a sentence? Because I was just going to read out Capital One's decision to close plaintiff's account only became public because of plaintiff's own decision to pursue this litigation. Therefore, plaintiffs still cannot plead the existence of a present controversy between parties requiring dismissal under the court's March 20th, 2026 ruling. Oh no, they have until August 26th, I believe, to respond. 26th or the 23rd.
Does that sound familiar?
Of course it does.
Of how something became public?
Oh, yes, 100%, because he said it himself.
That he's gonna be like, but it's an invasion of my privacy. My
It's an
privacy.
invasion. You did it
Like,
yourself.
you did this.
No one told you to. Yeah, no one told you to put this shit out there. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we do have William.
Yay.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I was sitting and listening, just waiting, being polite. I
I
think you
appreciate
guys
that.
have a good little program here. So, I see you sometimes. I'm just scrolling through my phone, just YouTube Shorts when I'm bored. I see you pop up occasionally. I actually have never called into one of these before, but I've stopped and listened a couple of times, and I feel like you're pretty nice to people. Sometimes it can be a little aggressive back and forth, but I'm a good faith person, so I want you to know I called in with the intent of actually having like a real discussion. I'm not going to be like an asshole or anything. So I appreciate you being courteous and allowing me to just kind of hang out while you guys were doing your thing. But yeah, let's get started. I'm here to chat.
Okay. And so you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, I would say I think what you probably think when I say yeah to that question is that I support him in like the classic like MAGA hat. I'm going to write his name down on every ballot. I support him as like a political leader, so to speak. Like I'm on board with whatever Trump says. I'm about it. That's not what it is. I more so support Trump in like a historical force sense. I think that it was very needed for our country, society, and civilization to have a naked populist like grabber type leader in order to get to a good healthy place politically. So I would say it's like if Donald Trump gives me like his take on European politics, I don't believe him. I don't care about that. That's not why I support him. I don't support him for his policy. I support him as like an avatar to be possessed to break things down and reorganize power structure. Does that make sense?
So you're an accelerationist?
No, 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 no. I'm not an
Oh
accelerationist. I just
no.
think that
Oh, okay.
no, 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 no. No, I just think that he represents the honest place where our society is morally and materially. And so, because that is aligned, I think people now on all political persuasions are starting to take stock of what's important instead of placing trust by default into political leadership. Does that mean like people used to like even under Obama, right? Like people he had legitimacy, and he, you know, a classic trope you would hear amongst like Republican leadership was I don't agree with him politically, but I would, you know, it would be an excellent friend or an excellent person to go out to dinner. I think now that kind of cordial respect for political leadership has been completely destroyed as a remnant of our culture, and I think that that was a good thing to do. But that doesn't mean
Okay,
I
Jason.
desire like
What
chaos. I
Jason,
just
Jason. All right, Jason.
oh, my name is
What
William. I'm
policies do you
sorry.
support?
What policies do I support of Trump?
Yes.
So I would say I support three major policies that Trump ran on, but I don't think he's committed to. One would be immigration moratorium and mass deportations of non-American philia. Second would be a complete economic restructuring for us to become a more naval imperial vassal controlling state instead of a global progressive tax haven. And then last would be the entrenchment of martial power as the main reason why we have diplomacy, not good vibes
Are you
and
okay?
sharing food and songs. Yeah, I'm completely fine.
Like Steven, like are you good? Do you just not care about people?
Me? Do I not care about people?
Yeah, do you not care about people?
Yeah, I care about people. I care about people on a broad scale and also on a local scale. I have loved ones, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a normal
oh,
person.
Why do you want to be a military
I pay
state?
bills, I work.
Why do you want to be
What
in a
was that? I'm
military
sorry.
state?
Well, all states are military states. They have nuclear weapons. Well, we do at least. All states are martial states. That's what a state is by default. It's who controls the martial levers of power in your society. Who controls the guns, so to speak. That's what a state is.
No.
What is a state if not the person that has the legal right to kill another person for political reasons? Like, states can
what?
execute
Are
people.
you okay?
States execute people.
Not for
Yeah,
a
we have
political reason,
prisons.
because they broke the law.
Yeah, but the law can be changed, so it's a political organ. The
With
law is
three
not like objective.
Are you arguing for a monarchy?
No, because it's not practical, but I do think that monarchical systems, especially in like Western Europe, had very, very good elements that we do not no longer have. So yeah, I like aspects of monarchy, but do I want an American monarchy? No, that's ridiculous. Like, it's clear that we're
Great.
going
Then
Oh,
our
to
but
some form
everything
three
of
else you said wasn't
democratic
ridiculous.
state.
the three co-equal branches of government stop what you're talking about. So
I guess I'm more interested in two things. Who controls martial power in my society? So who has the right to put me in jail and kill me? Who has that ability is number one, most important. And number two is, how do I derive like income and resources for my family? And so by extension, I have to care about a country's like monetary policy. But outside of that, I really could care less about the structure of government. I could be happy living under any government structure as long as I have food, I have good productive work, and I'm allowed to pray to the God of my choice. I could care less how the leadership is chosen, personally. I know other people care, but I don't.
so why do you
Me giving consent to the system. So by paying taxes and voting, I'm saying to the leadership that I will obey the law and therefore treat me in good legal faith. And so I would say that's probably why. I want to be a good citizen. So part of voting is being a good citizen of the United States. If I didn't want to vote, it'd probably be because I'm leaving the country permanently, and so I just would be disengaged. So yeah, I vote because I feel like it's a duty for me to vote. I feel obligated to.
Okay, so you said the things that you value. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like it directly contradicts everything that you said that you liked that the country was going for. It's so
Can we narrow down on something particular? I'm happy to. This is an interesting topic. I just want to get very particular with it if we can, instead of more broad, metaphysical, conceptual level. Does that make sense? Like, let's get very specific. What specific policy or law or belief contradicts my values and what I hold dear?
well, I'm saying the things that okay, so the things that you value, you said basically so basically you were just like I want to just basically live, right? You know, you want your freedom, right? Essentially, that's what you said.
I desire the sovereignty to live historically. I have a right to have children. I have a right to inherit the cultural, like, I have a family lineage. I have extended family, and I have inherited religious and cultural practices that I have a right to pass on to my children, and I believe that they also have the right to pass that on. So as long as
Okay,
that is
so
not infringed upon, I'm fine.
live historically. Can you
Yes,
clarify that, please?
I have no idea what that
I
Like
believe that
time
I'm a
what time
custodian
period in
for
this
a
history?
lineage.
for
Huh?
a
What was that? I'm
lineage.
sorry.
I said time
Yes, I'm
period.
in. No, to live historically means to actively in your daily life recognize that you and your life, your 70 to 80 years on this planet, that it is actually in stewardship to greater things, whether that is your nation, your village, your church, or whatever. Your life, it matters to you and it matters to the immediates, but you have a responsibility
Per
for
who?
people
Because I like this. Living
before you and
historically
people
means
after you.
using past events, old twos, and classical clothes to recreate and learn from earlier times.
Sure, yeah. Like I'm very involved in my family. It's my main aspect of my life that I devote my time and attention to. And part of that is awareness of what my family has gone through historically to
It's like
get me to where I'm
hanging
at
out
today.
together.
I owe my forefathers a debt, and the way I can pay that debt is by fulfilling the potential that they have allowed me to have. I have a responsibility to my family. So yeah, it's very important to me.
When you say forefathers, do you mean like forefathers of the country, or you talk about like
My blood lineage, my dad's
okay,
dad's
your
dad's
bloodline?
dad's dad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And my extended, like I'm also part of a very insular community that's very much tied to an ethnic identity, and so they're kind of twisted together in a lot of ways. But yeah, I owe something to those that came before me because they worked really really
Oh, and what would
hard
that be?
to. Who would that be? What?
Like what? Describe this unique ethnic or what however you said that.
Yeah, I'm a Mormon. I'm part of the Mormon Church in Utah.
I love it
Mormons are a
here.
Yeah, the Mormons it's a religious group. The Mormon Church is a religious group. You don't have to be a part of the
Oh, I
ethnic
didn't know that. I'm
history
so
of the
sorry.
Mormons that settled there. Yeah, so my family have been Mormon for hundreds of years, so we're tied into this at a basic level. So yeah, that's what I would describe it as. I owe something to them, to my ancestors.
You have a show called
I
Big
owe a
Love.
debt to them. And
I
I
used to
know that
like
sounds
that show.
crazy. I get it. It's not a very commonly held like belief and trait, but I'm being honest.
I have no idea what like any of that had to do with any of what you said like at the beginning of this. So I
I
don't
think you
think
asked
that
me
you're
what I
very
supported about
consistent with your
Trump, right?
beliefs.
So,
Yeah.
so is that where we want to focus then? I'm happy if that's where we want to. Is there where we want to focus is where like the Trump doctrine TM meets like where that rubber meets the road that is my existence and moral beliefs? Is that where we kind of want to go?
What do you want to talk about, Stan?
What do I want to talk about? I want people to be more optimistic about what the Trump force represents instead of focusing on just the political reality of here and now. Like, I don't think people understand how much evil has been kicked up out of the dirt and is now in the air and dust. Like it's so obvious that our elites are so bankrupt and evil. And that's a very good thing. Average people should be aware that there are very evil people in the world, and we should marshal against that. So,
But you're still
like,
supporting the very evil you're referencing?
oh yeah, yeah. I'm in favor of honest evil before deceitful good. Absolutely,
I was
absolutely.
waiting for that to come
Because
up.
yes, because at least with honest evil, when I look at it, I can say, okay, well, I know what moves it's going to make. I know I can model how those moves are going to impact my life, and then I can hedge and make decisions against it. Whereas deceit is hard to counter because it's actively trying to not be discovered. Trump is a buffoon. He doesn't have deceit. He has no ability of intrigue. He is all diplomacy, no intrigue at all. So
just
it makes him a
Diplomacy.
naked populist.
yeah, there's none with that
Huh?
as either. That's interesting. So just to be clear,
Yeah.
you're quite aware that because Trump is president and in your support of him,
hmm
what the policies that he is enacting are actively
Of
harming
course.
and hurting communities within the United States of America. You would agree with that statement?
Absolutely.
And you would also agree with the
Every
statement that there is you have personally accepted you've personally accepted that there might be harm that comes to you and yours at some point during this presidency, right?
I do not think that there's harm that's going to come to me and my family from Trump's presidency. I don't think that's likely.
Why
It's
not?
extremely
What
So
unlikely.
what would
just
make you different than anyone else that's already been harmed as a result of these policies? What would make
Well,
you above
so
being
for
able to be
me,
harmed by them?
so the only harm that the state really has upon you is two options. One is physical force, and the other one is basically banishment, which in our case is like lawfare and the seizure of legal assets. I highly doubt that the United States federal government is organized in any such capacity to mass incarcerate them. They can't even deport like regular people that like have no like security, let alone people that are waiting for it to happen. Trump is not going to be able to mass incarcerate people or mass seize assets legally. He doesn't have a loyal court. Like if you
What
think of him as like a king, which is how he sees himself, his court isn't loyal.
what would
His
happen?
cabinet is, but not his
Just pray
court.
tell, walk with me down a hypothetical for a second. What would
I love it.
happen?
Let's go.
Yeah, what would happen if, as a result of Donald Trump's policies, you lost your job? Like, let's just talk about the AI bubble. The AI bubble bursts while Donald Trump is still president. You lose your job. I
Sure.
don't care what job you think you have that's safe, but
Okay.
you lose your job as a result of the AI bubble, and due to the AI bubble bursting, you go months to years without finding another job. Your partner is also unable to find a job to make up for your income. Would that not harm you and yours and your family?
If by the time I myself, with my credentials and skills, am unable to find any lucrative work over the course of a year to 2 years, the civilizational decay that has occurred, because that also infers everyone else is subject to those same forces that I am in this hypothetical. That means
Yeah.
most people have lost their jobs. Most people have lost their source of income. And if we are in that situation, then my ability to provide for my family becomes way more localized and actually better, because then that means that the state can't collect taxes. If 70% of your, look at South Africa can't collect taxes functionally. So how do they make money? They sell resources like oil and natural stones and
Did
stuff
he
like
just
that.
make
So
this a
if
good
your
thing?
state,
My
if your
understanding is
state
he
is
just
unable
made
to
this
collect
he just
taxes,
made
then
everybody
you're in a
not
much
having a
better
job
situation.
be a good thing. Also, I wanna let you know that
No, there's always work. Even
um
okay, but even in South
there's two
Africa, there's
things,
still people
William.
that work.
William, I've got two things to tell you, right?
Sure, yeah,
One of my Twitch mods, he's actually a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints. And
great.
he wants to tell you, uh, so I so called him being an LDS. Please don't represent our faith like this, dude. And also wants to remind you, please read your scriptures more often. And thank you.
My brother and Deseret, duly acknowledged. I appreciate you going out of your way for my concern and soul. I assure you, as a temple recommending, tithe paying, loyal, lawfully wedded member, that my relationship with the Father and the Son is in a good place, but I could always be better. I appreciate your concern. But back to the topic at hand, which
No
is
more. No, but I'm not doing that.
please hand to somebody else.
Okay, I
Help.
assume that that's normal, Bishop. That made me feel so weird. That made me feel so weird being in the middle of that part. There's no but to be had with that one. Um,
Kevin
that's
was
how.
wildin'.
Dang, that's actually a pretty interesting way to acknowledge like a call out, right? That's a very interesting response to someone being like, dude, be better in our faith, man. And it's just like, I can't even repeat all of that. But dang, that was interesting. That was interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to click that again. Anyway, um, thank you for the bits, Bishop. Guys, if you are new here, be sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching over on YouTube specifically, please go into the video description and go subscribe to Mia. She's right there. If you are watching over on TikTok, be sure to be double tapping that screen. You guys are doing great on the like so far. Keep it up for me. I appreciate that ever so much. Let's go ahead and knock out the roses on the gift goal. And if anyone ever finds it in their back pocket for flying jets, that's the last gift in the gift gallery. I don't expect that until like Thursday, but if someone has it burning a hole in their pocket, we'll take it.
Someone said, "I feel like this is a Mormon version of Bless Your Heart." That was a wild journey. That was a wild journey.
That is a potentiality. I am unsure, right? So no, I wouldn't say like I don't know. I disagree with some like I disagree with calling. I don't know. I'm actually not going into that. Anywho's, if you are a Trump supporter or still supporting the Republican Party, please call the number on the screen 915-974-3274. Do not be an accelerationist. That guy didn't even realize that he was an accelerationist.
I'm not an accelerationist, but I'm like, I love how everything is being exposed and it's going to burn to the ground. And even if it does, it's going to be localized. That means I don't have to pay taxes.
And even if it affects me, that's the end of the world, basically.
That's
So
great. It's fantastic.
it's
wonderful.
fantastic. That's what I meant when it's like you've accepted that harm will happen to you. And he's just like, no, I don't think harm will come of me. I'm so amazing. Like,
Oh my God.
Libertarians, that's hilarious cadaver. I like that one. Hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Am I speaking with Ari?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a question.
What's up?
In my mind, I thought tariffs were good because during colonial times, Great Britain practiced mercantilism, where all manufactured goods were produced in England, and Americans had to buy them. So then we used tariffs to create our own industries. So it was my impression that tariffs were good.
In theory,
And I'd like to thank you for educating me that blanket tariffs aren't good.
exactly.
So were the tariffs that Alexander Hamilton pressed for, were they specific tariffs? Because we had no industry of our own.
For which
So we had
industry?
to saddle making, furniture making.
I mean, we have a furniture making industry. It's just been struggling for a while. It specifically started struggling after the Industrial Revolution caught up in America, and that's when it truly started struggling in the United States.
Yeah.
And
No,
so we saw
I
that.
mean, excuse me.
What's up?
During colonial times, all furniture was made in England and had to be imported.
I don't think so, because they had furniture making like shops like that were around, like, sorry, not shops, manufacturing plants in North Carolina for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's also, yeah, that make good point as well, Raccoon. It's also not colonial times. But no, I mean, yeah, most of our industries are struggling right now. Like, we can almost everybody agree with that. So I would say, right, like, I believe that targeted tariffs in an industry that has the capacity and the willingness to grow within the United States of America are
Yes.
good. Like lumber and steel. Those have shown to work, right? As you agreed,
Yes.
blanket tariffs are bad because they are damaging industries that exist currently that don't have the ability to expand without additional assistance. And so it's just, yeah. And right now our sorry, I was trying to remember the phrase of it. our trade deficit is continuing to increase under Donald Trump.
Right. Well, I'm probably not going to vote Republican this time around.
Okay. I don't blame you. It's probably a good thing.
All right, keep up the good work, Ari.
You too.
Have a good night.
You too. Mark is a deconstructing Republican voter. Yeah. That's why I was giving him. Yeah. We love people deconstructing from that. Kind of like Jeff. He just flounders a little bit. More than a little bit.
Okay, so
Thank you, Sparky, for clearing the gift goal.
W Spark Spark. We love Spark Spark.
Oh, also, real quick before I forget, Bishop agrees. That was actually bizarre, and that was pretty much a dismissive bless your heart. So Bishop agrees that was the a weird dismissive bless your heart, and still says be better.
I don't know who said that in the comments, but yep, good clock in that one.
Yeah, good call. He like someone that is a member of the LDS Church agrees with you.
That I'm still
strange.
trying to process what just happened. So, he's like, well, what do you mean? I mean that doesn't track at all for what you just previously said.
Oh no, of course not.
But has anybody checked the price of RAM?
The price of RAM? Oh no, I don't know, man. Here we go. Let me get to this. I do want to jump back into this because this is fun. Oh wait, we do have someone suspicious. Also, guys, if you guys can, we have Cash App, Venmo, and Buy Me a Coffee for international supporters or anyone else that wants to use it through a website instead of a link. Please help support the live. Women's labor should not be free. That includes for all the women that are around right now. There's a lot of them. Love them. Any Hoosers. That's Mia's line. If you guys want to help
that
support
you
the
use
house.
it now. It's my favorite.
It's really on and off. It's just when I make a conscious effort do I use it. But we have. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
27 years old.
Awesome. And you're still supporting Trump?
Yeah, as of right now, I am.
Okay. And what's he done that's earned your continued support?
Well, I mean, the main reason why, he still has a lot of support is obviously immigration. I don't think he's done better than Obama because Obama has, deported more people than he has, but he certainly has, funded ICE more. They got they're building more facilities, they're getting more equipment, more cargo, more people, more bonuses, all that good stuff. We're fighting the cartel on the borders. We're keeping our children safe. We're getting rid of people who, just like aren't supposed to be here in general. I know they want to be here, but they're not supposed to be here. I believe that getting rid of illegals that don't speak English is very considerate because in California, a lot of illegal trucking has gone around and, it's killed American citizens or even people who are in line to get citizenship that are here. They die all because, someone doesn't speak English, they didn't read the sign correctly, or they just don't even care in general.
Yeah, road signs are universal. I don't know if you've ever been to another country or not, but it is.
Yes, my family are from Mexico. I go to Mexico quite often, actually. My parents came here illegally, and I was born in Linwood, California. And, I understand that it's not very good out there. You're like, they're in poverty. They just want to help out the families. But we can't help everyone out. We just open up the borders, the whole world is gonna come. And now you're fighting for a position as simple as like, a cashier, for example. And now people are running around in the streets, running, doing their jogs with like a stick. I mean, you saw Spain, that's pretty horrific. You don't want that to happen here. I think that boosted Trump's approval because of that incident. Um, I People can't come here legally. I know it's hard. I know you got to wait decades or whatever, but it is possible. And if you can't, that's just what it is.
17. Okay. Yeah.
And that's
So,
just my view in immigration. So let me know what you think about that.
yeah, it's always
You suck.
like it's always interesting how people like to bring up what just occurred with Spain. Do you know where that part of Spain is at?
Yeah, it's I forgot the city, but it's in the lower part on the right side of Spain. I
It's
saw
in the lower
pictures
part on the right
back
side of
in the
Spain.
day.
And pray tell, how did they get there?
They I don't know the full story, but I know they swam or in boats or some bullshit. But my point is, I don't think that's right. I mean, there was barely any women. Like, it's just pure men, and I just think that's dangerous for the kids and
So how
the
did they
ladies
get to
out there.
Spain? How did
So you
how did
admit men are the
they
problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter how they got there. The point is that they got there. Do you know what I mean? We're not gonna go to Cuba
Well,
and
no,
just
I mean if
fill
they're
up
in the
our
lower
ships
part of
straight over
Spain,
here.
I just want to know, like, how did they get to that lower part of Spain?
I'm assuming a boat, or a bridge.
A
I know
a
there's
a
something connected with
bridge.
Morocco and Spain.
Yep, there is something connected with Morocco and Spain. That would be correct.
Right.
That would
So
be
why
correct.
do you feel that Spain needed to let them in?
Oh, that's also a good point. I like that question, Jordan. I'll ask it in a minute. Spain didn't let them in, right? Like 90% of the migrants that went in there either left on their own accord within a very short amount of time, or Spain's immigration also assisted in getting them out, like assisting them out of their territory, right? Within
Right.
48 hours, they were able to usher people out. Like, okay, guys, why did they go there in the first place? Because there was a lack of jobs. There was a lack of readily availability of food, and all of these other things. And that's why they were hoping for a leg up with the economy, right? And then they realized we're not wanted here, and they turned around and left. So, I mean,
So have you seen the people in Morocco, how they're living in Spain, like as of right now? They are,
how they're living in
use
Spain.
yeah, the immigrants, the ones you saw in the video.
Yeah, they left. They were sleeping on the streets, and then they realized because they didn't get a warm reception, they left. I don't know what to tell you.
So you think 60,000 immigrants just decided all to return back?
Yes, within 48 hours. This has been well reported on by Spain.
So
Hey,
you don't think
caller,
any of them
do
went
you
to
live
like
in Spain?
do I live in Spain?
Yeah, do you live in Spain?
Why the hell would I want to live in Spain?
Oh, so you don't live in Spain. So can we talk about the United States?
No,
Because that's
I brought
kind
up
of what
Spain
the.
because that's what could happen if we vote Democrat again. That could happen, but much worse
Why would that be the case?
because when Biden was in office, he literally had construction workers lift a fence and barbed wire fence, and these people would just cross through the Rio Grande or whatever, presently without any consequences.
I
And
So
was
what
now,
keeping
exactly?
track of how many times he said
How many
and
times
then
he said you know?
yeah, and
I figured it
I
out.
lost track. So
let
I
me tell you,
realized it
these
was
are
Okay,
his
so
things that
filler
why
statement.
why was razor wire removed from Why was razor wire removed?
I was who?
Why was the
Why
razor
was the
wire?
razor wire removed?
So that they could enter the country.
No.
What?
Try again.
So why was it removed? So that they could easily return home? I super doubt that.
What?
What are you looking at?
Me? Oh, I was
Okay,
just
well,
doing
are you
this as a
gonna?
funny.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I got distracted by Ari. Okay, so no, it was because it was freaking unconstitutional. Thank you, Bonnie. But like, yeah, it's because it's unconstitutional. It's inhumane, dude.
Yeah, the Supreme
Those
Court
are
ruled
human
on it.
beings.
I just
Yeah, they are human beings, and I've had family members deported, but because they done things wrong, they got arrested. And my two of my uncles got deported in under the Obama administration, and their family had to go with them, and that's sad and all. But you know what? In Mexico, they're living a pretty good life right now. They live by Puerto Vallarta, which is like 34% white. Mexico's not a bad place to live in.
Okay, let's go back to why why if people vote Democrat, like there's gonna be this whole thing happening, whatever. So we already talked about the fact that it was because it was ruled to be unconstitutional and just fucking inhumane and gross to have the razor wire in the water, right? So we talked about that. So let's go back to another reason because that fell flat on its face. Yeah, we can both agree.
Yeah, I mean, barbed wire, it's
We can both agree. Next one.
it is what it is, but it's supposed to prevent you from crossing, not
No,
give you a challenge.
see, you
What?
said barbed wire. It was razor wire. Do you understand the difference between razor wire and barbed wire?
It's actually kind of the same thing, but yeah, I guess I can see your difference.
You can see it is legitimately the same thing. Or sorry, two different things. They are legitimately two different things.
Yeah,
Barbed wire just has little pokey bits. Razor wire has a longer edge, not just like, like pokey bits that are like the tip of my pen is on barbed wire, right? Razor wire is a continuous razor in the shape of a crescent.
and why do you believe it's there?
It was placed there
Because
illegally. The
the
Supreme Court of the United States of America ordered that Texas remove it because people were literally being caught in it and then drowning in the ocean. It created a humanitarian crisis at the southwest border. And the people that survived crossing over the razor wire, all cut up by literal blades on the razor wire, they had to get patched up with taxpayer money. So you're so upset about immigrants coming here, right? Well, you should also be upset about the fact that they've now cost us additional monies because of the actions of Greg Abbott.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's not that dangerous to cross over like that. It was easy but dangerous,
Oh my
but
God.
nowadays it's secured. You can't cross at all. They're double fencing.
Oh my God.
But okay, I want to get into one more thing.
How long is the southwest border?
Pretty long.
Oh, pretty long. Like, would you
here to
say
Louisiana.
more or less than 1,000 miles?
It's actually all around the United States, but I think
No,
you're
the
talking
southwest
about
border. I was very specific on that. I know you want to do that. So is it more or less than 1,000 miles?
1,000 miles. It's about the Rio Grande starts.
I'm not talking about the Rio Grande. I'm talking about the southwest border.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I like this one. Hold on, I'm gonna read this. We are supposed to feel bad because an idiot tried to crawl through razor wire. No, devil dog. The razor wire was sunk into the water so they couldn't see it to attempt to avoid it.
Yeah.
It was literally purposely hid out of sight for the purpose at that point of people being injured.
Okay.
They booby trapped the Rio Grande.
I stand
So do
firm
you
in the
believe
fact that
that?
Republicans and Trump supporters, and I'm literally talking. I stand firm in the fact that y'all don't like humanity. Like y'all really truly don't fuck with humanity.
Yeah, because Jordan wanted
Because
to.
that's
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I'll ask after.
I was just saying that's fucking disgusting.
It is
So
insane.
Well, we're
How
just
is
protecting our kids.
oh yeah, how is electing putting in pedos or sexual assaulters into office helping children?
So, I mean, first of all, Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat, and he hung around Democrats only because Republicans, Democrats can't get along. So
Oh,
I'm
right,
pretty
because he never
positive
went to
that
where did you
Mar-a-Lago. Like, I know. Well, we were talking about Trump.
that's when Donald Trump was a Democrat, but just because you invite someone
Donald
over
Trump was never a
doesn't
Democrat. I
necessarily
just want to help you out with something, right? So Donald Trump claims that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago in 2005. Just to help you out with this here, Donald Trump ran in 2000 for president with the Reform Party, not the Democrat Party, with the Reform Party. He was never a Democrat. While he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, he wasn't a Democrat. And then you have Howard Lutnick, right, who is also a Republican,
know it?
currently in Donald Trump's cabinetry, right, the presidential cabinet, who has now
right.
been found to have lied his ass off to the public and took his children around Jeffrey Epstein, literally went to Epstein Island, where we know what was done there, where they diddled children. So
Well, I
can
mean,
you
we can
try this
also say
again and
that.
explain how, hold on, how is electing a president who is an adjudicated sexual assaulter and people that went
That's
to
because
Epstein Island as a result of him being in the presidency, how was that protecting children?
there's no evidence that Donald Trump went to the island. I don't know why liberals
I
keep
didn't say
saying
he
it.
went to the island, or what words did I say? I said as a result, being in his cabinet because he was elected to the presidency. I'm talking about Howard Lutnick, who we have proof went to Epstein Island. Elon Musk, who begged Epstein to go to his island, begged him to go to his island. Attorneys that worked for Donald Trump that were also attorneys of Jeffrey Epstein. All of these people are centered around Donald Trump and Epstein that are now working around and for Donald Trump.
Right.
What about the people that he pardoned that ended up going right back into, or when ended up getting put back into the system because they were child predators,
So if
whether
you
it was
believe Donald
CSAM
Trump is
or
guilty,
physical.
why haven't they
No, no,
thrown
no.
him in
You're
jail?
talking about overall protecting children. So my question is, if
Yeah.
are you actually protecting children by
Yeah, because if
not
that stuff
letting
was going
immigrants
on,
in?
the FBI would have found out about that. I know you feel like Donald Trump is protected, but if he really did do those things, he would be in jail. Those are just conspiracy theories that liberals make up and they follow and they're brainwashed.
Where's my liberal card? Do I
Wait,
have one
I
of those
said
yet?
He's
J6ers.
not
What is he
guilty. He's
talking
not
about?
guilty.
Gotcha. Thank you,
Donald Trump
Luca.
is not
I didn't
guilty.
even say anything about
And I
Trump.
know
I
you
said the
want him
ones
to
that
be
he
guilty just
pardoned.
because you saw that
What's
little
that
picture
kid's
of
what's
him
that
standing
person's
together.
name? January. Let me find it.
But all these children and
Hey,
January
women that got
hey,
murdered by
6th.
illegal
caller.
immigrants,
Who was
why don't you guys care about that? You guys don't care about that.
in
You guys
Oh,
don't
just
care
hey,
about the
caller.
women
Just
who
a
were
second. Just a
raped.
second.
He
Hey, oh
endorsed
my
Ken Paxton,
gosh.
who gave a 1-day commuted someone sent not even commuted, sorry, gave someone who admitted to sexually assaulting children a day of time served in jail. Didn't even have to register as a sex offender because he pled out. He endorsed Ken Paxton. He literally endorses people that are pedo protectors. Just so you know. Andrew
The
Paul
whole
Johnson, that's who we were thinking of.
So
Yeah.
you don't believe Democrats, any of them are affiliated with, sex trafficking or anything
Nope,
like
didn't
that?
say that. If they are,
Oh
fucking
my
bury them under the
God.
prison. What was your question you were going to ask, Mia? I'm sorry, I did cut you off.
Okay, so caller, back to immigration because it still makes no sense. Hey Ari, can you bring can you bring Lynette in?
Hold on, she's screening.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying
I have one more question for you guys for immigration.
no, but
Do you believe that?
no. I had asked you a question.
Why is it that
So
they're
you are
always right?
concerned. I think you know the answer to that question. You were concerned about apparently DJT being like helping, with when it came to immigration, protecting children.
Right.
However,
Yeah.
you have J6ers that were pardoned just to turn around to get prosecuted or caught up on some type of child sex crime.
What are you talking about? That's not what happened.
Oh, really? So cool.
First of all,
Andrew
January 6th,
Paul Johnson. Andrew Paul Johnson was sentenced to life in prison for sexually abusing children. Johnson also received a full and total pardon from President Donald J. Trump on January 20th, 2025 for his role in the January 6th riot.
Okay, and they went to jail. So what's your point?
If he was still in prison for participating in January 6th, children wouldn't have been sexually assaulted by Andrew Paul Johnson. How the fuck did Donald Trump
you got my
protect?
point
No. Gerardo, you're going to fucking shut up and listen to me right goddamn now. What
Go
about,
ahead and
no,
talk.
you're going to listen, Pookie Pie. I know it's hard, Junior. Okay? So,
Well, I'm right.
how?
That's why, it's the same thing as illegal.
Now you're being forced to listen. Donald Trump, by pardoning Andrew Johnson, gave him the capacity and the ability to harm children. How was the pardoning of Andrew Johnson protecting children? What do you have to say to his victim? Shut up, Gerardo. Shut up, Gerardo. Shut up. Shut up, Pardo. Tim Walz in Minnesota pardoned the gentleman that was convicted of sexual assault and statutory rape because the victim asked him to. You dumb motherfucker. Try doing your goddamn research, you stupid idiot.
Wasn't it to try to process for him to be deported, but then
Yes.
they ended up not. Or okay, thank you.
And he is deported now, which is fine. I'm good with that. Good, get him out. I don't care. But the victims asked it to happen. The victim asked for it to occur. You're a fucking idiot. Now, Gerardo, the only things, okay, you can hang up. I was going to say the only things I wanted to hear out of your mouth was telling me, what do you have to say to his victims?
Sorry,
Fucking-
Lynette, I tried.
Ooh, thank you, Chickie. W. Jordan for the 24 asked the question of how is a president protecting pedophiles, protecting our children? That's exactly what happened. Harvey, thank you so much. I had put it on screen. Thank you so much for that $100 super chat as well. Luca, also thank you for the 20, said he's muting people. So keep doing my thing. Also, thank you, Anonymous. You said 777 earlier, so I made sure to include that. And then you sent another 5. So thank you, Anonymous, for that. And now I've got to remove this and bring this down to 93. I do appreciate you guys.
Also,
so
thank
much.
you, Anonymous, for the 5.
Good.
And don't sit there and say, sorry, it's been a minute. I haven't been live. They said, sorry, it's been a minute. Like, no, I haven't even been around for any of this. So, but thank you.
She's like, I haven't been here.
Back.
You're good. Yeah, Neely, I'm a little bit congested and sicky-ish, and I'm trying not to be, but life happens. So
I don't know. You're kind of like, you're giving like Phoebe from Friends vibes. Kind of hot.
It's giving vocal fry. It's giving vocal fry. That's what it is.
I have eternal vocal fry, so
that's true. All right. I was sounding. Chris is mean. Chris is mean. Earlier, he said I sounded like RFK. And I'm like, I've been sick where I've sounded way worse than this, where I definitely sounded like RFK. Stop it. I could do a perfect RFK impression. It didn't take much. It was a matter of skipping a word or two. I'd have to change my voice. It was like, hey, I do send money to charity, Bob, but thank you.
Yes, I am Charity. Yeah. Thank you, Hubbub.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How y'all doing?
Doing well. How old are you for terms of service?
36.
36. And you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. What's he done to earn your continued support so far in this current administration?
Well, it's kind of support on his side, but then it's a non-support on the Democrat side that just kind of pushes you. Or
Oh,
me,
so he
personally.
hasn't done anything. Got it.
So yeah, I agree with most of his policies,
Like
and
what?
most of them, a lot of them, I don't think he's hard enough on. Like, I don't think he's hard enough on deportation. Obama was way harder, and people tend to forget that. They want to demonize Trump, and then they forget that Obama deported way more people, had way more people locked up, had way more children locked up in way worse conditions, but nobody wants to talk about that. And I think he should be a little harder on him, because let's go back to what you were talking to with the previous caller. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but like
No, I'm
the
good.
farm
I'd
wire in
rather
the
just
river.
put this up. You said people don't want to
So,
talk about
like-
it. People did. I just want to let you know. People protested the Obama deportations. It's out there. It's documented. It literally took me 2 seconds to pull up articles about how people were arrested at protest for the deportations under Obama, 2014. Continual protests during his entire time in office, even in his last year, 2016. People protested. They spoke about it. No one's forgetting it.
I'd also
Yeah,
like to
they
point
spoke
out.
about it.
No. I'd also like to point out that changes were made when things were taken to court as well. When
True.
conditions were reported back, they were actually there were changes that were made during the Obama administration. So it was something that was when it was So it was something that was made. He was made aware of, and there were different policies and procedures that were changed in order to improve those conditions.
So basically, he had to change his decision based on policies, not based on his sole
Court rulings.
opinions. So he
Court
was
rulings.
I
forced.
said policies and
So
procedures.
basically, what you're saying is, like, you take a guy who's a murderer and he's not murdering now because it's illegal. It's not because he didn't want to do it. It's because he was forced not to do it.
Too bad
So
murder's
that
like
just-
always been illegal.
that
so
doesn't
make sense.
Policy doesn't change his character. It just forces him to be a better person.
What?
But
Yeah.
Let's
So
move on,
except
'cause
there's
I don't wanna
difference though,
digress.
right? Here's the biggest difference. What is Obama doing right? Or sorry, not Obama. What is Trump doing right now with every court that rules against him when it comes to immigration decisions? What does he say about those courts? About those judges?
I don't know. What does he say?
He disagrees with them. He calls them all radical left lunatics, even when it's judges that he appointed in his first term, even when it's a George Bush appointed judge, even when it's a Ronald Reagan
Well,
appointed judge. Because there are
George-
still Ronald
Bush
Reagan
was a-
appointed
was a
judges to
liberal
this
in
day, which is
disguise.
fucking crazy to think about 40 years later that they're still fucking judges because goddamn, they just never leave. So no, he
Well, yeah.
doesn't
See, I have
accept. Stop, Cody, for 1 second. He doesn't accept the rulings that occur. Him and JD Vance argue saying that they don't have to follow judicial orders, right? Whereas the difference is Obama never once said that the decisions were wrong or that he disagreed with them. He followed the judicial orders. He never once questioned the court system and how it worked. Donald Trump is saying it's wrong. They are not changing policies because they want to. They are changing it because they're forced to, while also saying radical left lunatics, lock them up, they should all be impeached. How can every judge who rules against Donald Trump be some kind of radical or activist judge? Explain that to me.
No, I mean, hey, I see your point on that one. Like I said, I don't agree with everything. I think if you're going to be part of this system, sometimes you got to follow the system. But being part of the system doesn't always mean the system is correct. You know, you ever got in trouble when you was a kid for something you didn't actually do? So it's like he's trying to do something, but he's got all these people against him. And, you know, sometimes you just got to be passionate about what you believe in, whether the judges agree or not. And I think there's so much corruption in the judicial system, and I've been in the judicial system, and trust me, I know the corruption. There's so many pockets
on which
padded,
side?
and it doesn't.
On which side?
On both sides. Both sides.
No. Which side have you? No. Which side of the judicial system have you been a part of?
Oh, I have a wife, an ex-wife actually, that's sitting in prison right now for a crime that she didn't commit because of a judge's pockets that were padded by a family that didn't want to admit they were wrong.
Was it not ruled on by a jury of her peers?
Oh, it was. But the trial was so in the plaintiff's favor, they kicked everything out of her side, out of court. Even people on the plaintiff's side, after the court hearing was done, were coming to us going, that didn't even seem right.
So
like when they're coming to you.
Was it beyond a reasonable doubt by chance?
Holy anecdotal.
Not really. It really wasn't. And even they said that. It was a hung jury for 4 days. 4
Just
days.
because they took
they
4
could
days
not.
to deliberate doesn't mean that it was a hung jury.
Yeah. So, but let's get back to the point. We're digressing here. But
okay, I don't think you really.
Like I said, I'm not.
Okay, so here's. What I wanted to ask you is because when I said, hey, when I question about, you know, or when I let you know that Obama was made aware of these things and then there were policy and procedural changes, and then for some reason you painted that as a bad thing. Do you believe that like it was Obama himself that was overseeing all these facilities and being like, yes, do this? Or do you believe people were like, it was brought to his attention and he pushed for change with, you know, executive power and was just like, hey, let's change these things because that's not okay?
No, I don't believe so. Because I believe on an issue that's that big, if he was solely against it from the beginning, it would have been all over the news. He'd have been talking about it. He'd have been having press conferences about it. It would have been everywhere. But it wasn't.
Do you believe in, wait, what's more important to you, words or action?
Action. As long as they have the right intentions.
Okay, so if he took the correct action, what's the problem?
What?
I have a point.
By the way, did you happen to vote for Obama in 2008 or 2012?
No.
Neither time?
Oh my gosh,
No,
it's not 100%.
It's 99.99999%. Got it. Just thought I would test my theory.
Why? What was the theory?
It's an inside joke. You're good.
Are you okay? Because like
I don't mind a good joke.
You seem like you're doing a lot right now.
Yeah, I'm just kind of walking around outside.
Yeah, we can hear it. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
right,
I can be
what-
still if you can hear me. I apologize.
At least you're
No,
considerate.
and and I just want to, I want to kind of like, I really want to talk about why I'm not as much. I mean, I am a Trump supporter, but I would say I'm 40% Trump supporter, 45%, but I'm 55% anti-Democrat. And
Why should I care about that? Why, like,
well,
legitimately?
because that
Can you tell
pushes
me
me towards.
one policy that the the party that's currently like serving in Congress pushed out, and I'm using pushed in air quotes, that made it so that you're like no to the Democratic Party? I'm gonna push you and name one Democratic policy that somebody currently sitting in Congress that's a Democrat pushed that you were like, ill.
Yeah, they fought anti-abortion. That should have been anonymous across the board.
Anti-abortion? He means not what he says.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, that's not. The line is he knows not what he says. He's not muted, but we can't hear him. 5.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my fault. So it's not as much the policies in Congress that the Democrats have.
I'm not asking for the policies in Congress.
We're going to go right back to this like anti-abortion thing. The Democrats.
You said they were anti-abortion?
No, the Democrats wanted abortion. They pushed to keep it, and Trump was fighting against it.
Oh, so are you saying they fought anti-abortion?
Yes. Yeah, Trump wanted to abolish it, and the Democrats were like, no, we need that.
No, he didn't.
What
is abortion to you?
Trump was... Do what?
Trump is abortion to you?
No.
I asked you, what is abortion to you?
No, he wasn't. He never, ever, ever purported a total ban, so that's untrue.
No, because he pandered a little bit, and he let them have some. He had to.
Jesus.
Or they were never going to let him pass what he actually passed. Ending any kind of pregnancy.
Incorrect. That would not be the medical definition of an abortion. In fact, most people don't know this, but the medical definition of an abortion is actually the termination of a pregnancy prior to the point of viability. Anything after that is a stillbirth.
Yeah, because that's because they had to write it that way to make it legal.
Oh, they had to write it that way to make it legal? To make it legal?
They had to write it that way. Yeah. Being a law doesn't make it right.
No, that's medical. It's not law, Pookie Pie. Keep up.
We said medical.
It doesn't matter. It's written into the law that way because it is medical.
It's written into the law that way because it's medical. Cool. Point the law out to me.
That's how they get away with the abortions, with later abortions.
What's wrong with abortion?
Earlier abortions. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with abortion? Please, pray tell me.
Because this is, okay, so the abortions play into one of my biggest reasons that I voted Trump. Because, and it's the same thing you were talking about with the last caller. I'm going to
write this down. Abortions
the Democrat Party.
Please correct me if hold on, Cody. I'm writing this down. I'm writing exactly down what you said. Please correct me if I heard you wrong. Abortions play into every reason I being Cody, voted for Trump. Is that what you said?
Yes. Pretty much, yes. But it's not quite that simple. But the Democrat Party is so anti what do you call it? Like Anti-accountability.
Anti-accountability.
Okay.
Who should?
Yes. No,
Hey,
no.
Yes, and-
We're on abortion.
No. Yes, because abortion is about accountability. Okay, and
about
don't come at me
accountability
with,
for
with,
who?
with the rape and with incest, because that is such a
Accountability for
tiny
who?
number.
There we go.
Anything. They're all about
Every
feelings.
reason
We gotta
I
have
voted
feelings.
for
How's your
Trump. That's a
feelings?
wild statement.
They're all
Sorry.
about feelings.
No. So
And feelings
accountability
aren't
for
real.
who? Hold on. Accountability for who?
For anybody. They just want to make
Anybody.
everybody feel
Where's
good.
the
It doesn't
accountability
matter.
for the men that procreated with a woman?
Yeah, hold them accountable too. But that
Where's
doesn't mean
no,
the woman
that's not
gets
what
to
I
kill the
said.
child
That's not
because
what
the
I said.
man doesn't want to be accountable.
Pookie pie. That's not what I said. I said, where is the accountability that hold men accountable for procreating with women? Because right now,
They
every
have to pay child
law,
support.
listen for a second, Cody. Every law that seeks to punish the act of receiving an abortion goes after women. So where is the law that holds men accountable?
They have to pay child support.
No, that's
They have to pay.
no,
Conception?
that's hold on.
No, from
That's
conception.
but no, actually, don't let him pivot though, Mia, because that's not the accountability for a woman getting an abortion for the man that procreated. That's what I'm asking about. Where is the accountability for the man that procreated that child, that participated in making that child, as you want to call it, and also participated in the act of getting an abortion? Where is that accountability? Because again, all of the laws that currently exist hold only women accountable.
Because the women are the ones with the child. What do you want the man to do? She procreated with him. I'm sorry that the woman holds more
Oh,
accountability.
so it was her egg that was
it's
like,
nature.
yes.
What is the one what is the one thing? Sorry. So you only believe in punishing women. Am I understanding that correctly?
No, but in this situation, there's nothing that can be done to the man for
Why not?
accountability.
Why
So
not?
because-
The man
okay, well, give me
wanted
an
the
example of what
abortion.
you would do.
Pookie. Why not? The man wanted the abortion too.
It doesn't matter who wants it. The child doesn't want it.
It's a fetus.
The
The
child doesn't
child
wanna
has no
die for your-
sentience.
The child
It's a
doesn't
fetus and it has no sentience.
And neither does a brain dead man, but you can't just rip them off of life support.
Yes, you can. Actually,
can.
you can remove them from life support.
And do you not consider that murder?
No.
No.
See, that's where I can't track with you. Because I
Define
believe once
murder.
a child,
It's a
Give the legal definition of murder.
fuck. I love it here.
killing a person, killing
Wrong.
So much
I
more
don't
to
know.
that.
I guess the legal definition, maybe my definition aren't the same. I mean, that's why we debate.
Your
right?
definition
Because
doesn't
if we just
matter.
all
You're
went by the
utilizing,
laws-
Cody, your personal opinions on the definition do not matter. You are utilizing legal terms. So if we are utilizing legal terms, that requires a legal definition.
Okay, I mean, I guess I'd have to say I don't know what the exact legal definition is.
Cool. The
So it wouldn't be
unlawful,
murder.
yeah, the unlawful killing of a human being without lawful justification or excuse committed with malice aforethought. I can never say that word correctly.
Okay, so basically, so are we basing everything off the law here? What's right and what's wrong?
Oh my god. You
Or are we
used a
basing
legal
it
term.
off of?
You used a legal term. Therefore, if you're going to use a legal term, there will come a legal definition with that.
Okay, so what was the exact?
how
What was
words
the legal
work.
term that I used?
Murder.
Okay, I mean, what other word would you like me to use? Kill, end, abort, like?
I mean, we are talking about abortion, so sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that I think that abortion just takes away accountability. That's all it does. If you don't want a
Do you
child,
see,
Can
do
I-
you see
don't
pregnancy? Do you
participate
see
in the
pregnancy
acts
as
that
a
create one.
punishment? Do you see pregnancy as as a punishment?
No, I think pregnancy is amazing. The people that have abortions see them as a punishment. I think it's a moral problem. I know women who conceive children out of rape, and they have literally told
I
me
don't give a shit about your
that
anecdotes. I
child-
don't give a shit about your anecdotes. I also know people that have been conceived out of rape and hate their fucking lives because their parents hated them the entire time they grew the fuck up because they couldn't stand the look of their rapist's face living with them for 18 fucking years. So I
And on top
really
of
don't give a
that,
shit.
Yeah, on top of that,
This is-
then you
this is-
end up giving
this is where
the
it gets
rapist
hostile.
parental. No, it's not hostile.
It seems a
So
little hostile.
that means
It's passion. I'm sorry, you
Okay.
don't understand the difference.
it's because
Oh, I
you're
have it. I have it for all the
legitimately,
unborn children that are getting
holy
murdered for no reason.
He's got
Fuck.
zero.
Hi, I'm
emotional
talking, and I'm not
stability.
even being hostile. So here's the thing about when we're talking about abortion. Do you know what a DNC is?
Yes.
Okay, what happens with the DNC? What is that used for?
Well, I'm sorry. I heard you wrong. I thought you said a DNR. Okay, what's the DNC?
Okay, it's actually healthcare. It's healthcare for those with uteruses. It helps,
Dilation and
but I'm not-
curettage.
But it's actually healthcare.
Yeah. It's a medical
It's a
procedure.
healthcare procedure.
So you
Do you
can
know what
call
that's coded
anything
as?
anything, but it doesn't make it.
No. This is important. Do you know what that is coded as?
What?
An abortion.
Only with specific insurance companies.
Okay. Well then,
Can you
the
please
law, and
stand
I
still?
know that that's part of it.
But
Also,
guess
if
what?
the laws-
But guess what? A DNC is not only used for
I was thinking
removing
of something.
Products of conception. It's also used to be able to get rid of other types of tissue within the uterus.
See,
So-
I didn't want to get stuck on the subject. I
That's
thought we
healthcare.
were going to have a broader
I don't
conversation.
understand how
We
you
got
wouldn't
into-
get stuck on a subject that you said, quote, abortions play into every reason I voted for Donald Trump.
I love that you wrote this.
It's the lack of accountability.
Define accountability.
Accepting the consequences for your actions.
Accepting
Whether
the
they're
there's
good
so much
or
there's
bad.
actually a more to accountability than that.
So let's go back because let's go back. I want to talk about, you really sparked something. I want to talk about the razor wire in the river.
Oh no, we're not leaving. We're not leaving your one thing that is every reason you voted for Donald Trump. Like that, because you can't
I
do
didn't say it was.
Hey,
I said
can
the
you,
accountability factor is
why-
I
why-
voted
Repeat
for
it, and
Trump.
she wrote it down, babes.
Yep, I did. Yeah, it has accountability.
Yes, accountability.
What are
but
they
it's on
being?
more
What
than
are
that.
what are? Hold on. What are women being held accountable for?
They're accountable for their actions. If you're gonna have
What's
sex,
the action?
you may get pregnant. If you get
Oh.
pregnant, sorry.
Can you
If I
consent to a
drive drunk, I
biological
may kill
process?
somebody.
Can you consent to a biological process?
Can you consent to murdering someone if you're drunk?
It's not what I
It
said.
just happens because you're drunk.
What the
So to be
What?
clear, can you
You just-
consent
you
to
just
a
murdered people when you're
biological?
drunk?
Yeah, he just fucking went off the rails. Can you consent to a biological process, Cody?
Yes, you can.
Oh, wait.
Because you started
consent
the
to getting
process.
cancer? That's fucking weird.
Some processes you can.
Oh,
Some you
what
cannot, some you
process? What
If
process do
you
you
don't want to
consent
get
to?
pregnant, don't have sex. The
Nope.
process doesn't start.
Yeah. How?
You don't just sit on a toilet seat and get pregnant.
I know you think you're special with this one. It's okay. I understand that. So
So do you
no.
only have sex to procreate?
Yeah, that's also. Is that all you have sex for? Is that all?
No.
Is that all
No,
people
you
are
don't.
supposed to have sex for?
Oh, you don't
No.
only have sex to
But if
procreate.
it happens,
Oh.
it happens.
How? Here, I've got a great question for you. How long? So when a woman's egg drops, how long is it good for?
It's like, I don't know. So it's like 8 days, something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I literally said I don't
24
know.
hours. 24 hours. It is good for 24 fucking hours from the moment that the egg drops and it goes into the, well, I'm not going to give it away, but when it travels, right? It is only viable for 24 hours. If it is not fertilized, then it just goes away.
Okay.
Right. So it's not
What's the
days. That's a crazy take. Now, I will admit that semen is available, is good for 7 days, right? So it is actually quite rare for a woman to get pregnant unplanned. Like, I'll be very honest, guys, right? Like, you have to fall on the wrong day, missed a day on your birth control, whatever it is. It's actually like women are more likely to not get pregnant than to get pregnant, which is why that question of can you consent to a biological process is so important, because women literally have to track their cycles. And even then, we're wrong because you can't get it down to an exact day.
Okay. So let me ask you a question since you've been asking me questions.
Where's the uvula?
Why has sex?
Where's a
why
woman's
has
uvula?
sex become this thing
What's wrong with sex?
that we just can't do without? Like, if I can't afford to have a kid, I don't want a kid. Why has sex become this thing that we just can't say no to?
Are
If
you
I
going to
can't afford
abstain? Are you
steak when I
going
go to
are
the
you
grocery
going to
store, I
never
don't
touch
buy
your
steak.
girlfriend again, Cody, because you don't have money? So should you never be intimate again with your significant other
It's
because you don't have
called
money?
responsibility.
No. Are you never if you lose your job and you are destitute, but you still have your girlfriend, but you still somehow manage to have a roof over your head, you're living at barely able to live, right? Are you never going to touch your significant other again? Swear on God. If you are ever destitute, you will never you will never be intimate with your significant other again because they have the capacity to get pregnant.
No.
Oh, you won't swear on God. Yeah.
And
Fucking hypocrite. Exactly my whole
Like,
goddamn
you-
fucking point,
Do you
bitch ass
realize, like,
motherfucker.
sex is also good for, like,
It helps. Literally, like, do you know what's great? Like, okay, hear me out, guys. If you are capable of doing it, it does not help everybody. But sometimes, if you have a migraine, the release of your endorphins can help with your migraine. I don't recommend it for everybody because it cannot help everybody. Like, it doesn't help everybody. But sex can the release of your endorphins with the oxytocin can help with your migraines. It also can help with not necessarily sex, but a woman having an orgasm can help with childbirth. Did you guys know that?
yeah. It's also really good with when it
Period.
comes to physical touch, because humans actually need physical touch. There are plenty of studies that prove that humans need physical touch in order for day-to-day wellness.
This might be my favorite comment. I voted
Did you hang
yes
up on him?
for. Yeah, I did. I voted yes for sex in the last 8 elections. That might have been my favorite comment today. I'm sorry, Candy.
The other thing is, I'm anti-imperialism, so I'm pro choice. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Because pregnancy is straight up imperialism and they're stealing my resources. And
Yeah.
this is me as someone with 3 fucking skin pets.
Thank you, Matt. Also, like, again, you can't consent to a biological process. The only biological process you can consent to is if you're actively trying to get pregnant, and then you consent to that biological process because you've consented to it. But a biological process that happens just cuz, like, I could know that my egg's going to drop within the next 6 days, and I can be like, "Oh, I can avoid having sex," but then it doesn't happen, right? Because I guarantee, he probably thinks just like most men that the egg drops when you're fucking having your period.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, if you cannot understand the biological process of conception, stop talking about abortion. If you cannot understand the processes that go into abortion, stop talking about abortion.
It's
If
also
you are against abortion, don't fuck someone who is pro-choice. These are
Yep.
easy solutions, but that does not mean that you get to legislate my body, Ari's body, or any other woman or femme or anyone with a uterus's body. That is, it's straightforward like that. There's no legislation on men and their bodies and their autonomy. And I know you pro-lifers hate it, but guess what? A fucking zygote, embryo, a fetus, them motherfuckers are parasites.
1 second, real quick, and maybe Lynatti might want to know this, but I'm gonna do this. So right now, the callers in the queue can't hear me. All right. I want to start a ban pool since my daily goal has not been touched. Let's preemptively start a ban pool for Brian because he called in specifically to talk about abortion. Brian's overall solution to abortion is charging women fines and then ending up with capital punishment at the end, depending on how far along in their pregnancy they are. So, ban pool is $80. The daily goal has to get down to 13. All right? Let's start working on that.
So we're gonna have fun with this one?
Oh, I mean, he's second in the queue, so I got to unmute so he can. All right. So in order, we have Elma, and then we have we have 2 more people after them. But we're just going to put that out there. So thank you. Also, hi, Seth. Hi, Priscilla. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm over 18. I'll say that.
Yeah. How old are you?
I don't really want to give like personal details on here, like too much.
Is it going to dox you to say how old you are?
I just prefer not to.
Okay. And then I prefer not to talk to you.
Have a good day.
No, Z Spark, I got to maintain my standards. It's a $80. It's an $80 pool. I'm sorry. Cool. Hi, how old are you?
40.
40. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I don't support any politician. I support policies, and there's more policies that I support on conservatives than I do liberals. But I wanted to address your prompt.
Yeah, Trump sucks. So do Republicans. So what policy are you supporting, I guess?
I'm glad that you leftists think that we suck, because I completely reject your entire ideology, and I'm happy when I see you
What's
guys
my
angry.
ideology? Can you Yes, Chris, you
You're a
can
leftist.
also. Yeah, what's my ideology?
You're a leftist.
No, that's not an ideology. What's my ideology?
Oh, that's not an ideology. Is that a cope? Because it is a cope.
Can you define ideology?
It's a belief system.
Hmm. So what's my belief system under that?
Under leftist belief system, you believe entitlements,
So
and you
what's
believe in
so leftist isn't a belief system, right? That's just where you would
why? Because you
align
say so.
on a
Why?
political
Because you say so.
spectrum. No, Joe, it's
Why?
just you
Because
don't
you say
understand how
so.
words work. So if you want to say
Oh,
that
why? Because you
leftist
say
is
so.
you want to say that leftist is an
Oh, why?
ideology, it's
Because you
not. It's a
say
word,
so.
right? It's a word
Why?
used
Because
to
you say
describe
so.
one part of a political spectrum because
Why?
what
Because
they
you say
do,
so.
yeah, have you ever seen a political spectrum?
Yes, because you say so.
Oh,
Well, I don't
okay.
care because you say
So
so.
you've
That's
never,
not an
so you,
argument.
but hold on, you said you've seen a political spectrum before, correct?
What does this have to do with anything? That
Well,
has
because I'm
nothing to do with
trying to
anything.
get you to understand this, right? So you've seen a political spectrum
Because
before,
you're using
correct?
words you don't know what they mean. So
Yeah,
she's
you being
trying to educate
condescending
you.
isn't an argument,
No, it's me
sweetie.
teaching you. I'm
Who's
sorry that
condescending?
you've never had a
Oh,
teacher speak to you
teaching me.
sternly because you don't
Oh,
know
the
words,
last
right?
thing I need is teaching
Okay.
from your fucking leftist mythology, dude. What are you
Oh,
talking
mythology.
about?
It's mythology now, guys.
He
That's
said
that's a
mythology?
he did. He sure as shit
Mythology.
said it's leftist mythology. That's a fucking new
It's
one. Anyways,
absolutely leftist.
so if you look
Yes,
at a
your
political
ideology is complete
spectrum, right?
mythology.
They have
Your
left and right. I
ideology is
don't know
complete
why they call it
mythology.
left and right. It just is. They just have two
Politics
sides
is
to a
your
political spectrum.
ideology.
It has to be on one side or the other. And
Politics
for
is
some
your
reason,
ideology.
right? And I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's just how it is. The right side, aka
Politics
the
is your
Republicans, the
ideology.
fascists, the authoritarianism, the dictators, those are all
Politics is
placed
your
on the right.
ideology.
So we call them the right, right? So
Why?
then when
Because
you
you
look
say
at the
so.
other side of the political spectrum, you have
Why?
he
Because you
left.
say
My other
so.
friend left. Damn it.
Why?
Anyways,
Because you say
on the other
so.
side of the political spectrum, you have the left side, right? So that would be democratic socialist,
Why?
the
Because
end
you
game
say
being
so.
communism, right? At the far left of the political spectrum. So when you say ideology, again, I'm asking you to define it because there's a lot that goes between center to communism. So please tell me what ideology I hail towards. Because obviously I don't know.
Leftism is your ideology, and you can't.
That's not an
prove me wrong.
ideology. That's a political
Prove me
spectrum. You
wrong.
have a long.
Prove me wrong.
Hey,
I already
Can't
explained it to you. I'm
calling it a
sorry, your
Zachary.
comprehension skills are failing.
Calling it a political
Hey,
spectrum
Zachary, I have a
doesn't
question
mean
for
it's
you.
not your ideology.
Hey, Zachary, I have a question for you.
Call
When was the last what was the last civil conversation you had?
is this the cope you're going with there, sweetie?
No, I'm legitimately asking you a question. Like,
Why are you going with this cope? Why are you going with this cope?
No
this
one's
is pretty
coping.
odd.
I'm
Is this the
legitimately
cope
asking.
You're coping
Because
pretty
I'm
hard
assuming
there,
that you haven't
actually.
had a civil conversation because you can't have one here. So that's why I'm asking, like, I'm person to person.
Oh, because I'm not playing by your leftist rules? Oh, no.
There's no rules. I was just asking a genuine question.
Then what's
it's
your
very
problem?
much
How about
giving
you just
sock
defend
baby
your
behavior.
how about you just defend your views instead of ad hominems?
Are you Joe
See,
Flake?
guys, this is. What were you asking? Sorry.
Joe, are you Joe Flake?
What does that even mean?
Oh, how many times have you called into Jovan?
What?
The guy with the
fuck
cat
is a
ears?
Jovan?
The guy with the cat ears?
The guy with cat ears. Okay, so this is your obfuscation now?
No, I'm just
talking
curious
about a dude with cat
something.
ears?
Yeah,
This is your
so
obfuscation. It's talking about a dude with cat ears.
uh-huh. Yeah. So
Okay.
how often have you called Jovan?
Is this your obfuscation from your views? Like, what are we even talking about now?
Oh no,
Did you
see,
just learn
Joe, you are
obfuscation?
incapable of being obfuscated at all, right? You got it, cat's out of the bag, right? Because you don't know words, you don't know language, you don't know English sentence structure, right? So I've already explained to you how left is not a political
You don't know
ideology
words. That's your
because
cope. You don't know words. Yes,
define
it is
cope.
absolutely an
Define cope.
ideology.
Define cope.
Why am I? No,
Define
I'm not
cope.
Here playing
Nope,
your stupid
that's it.
define
That's
cope
it.
games.
Nope, we are going to get
That's
pedantic
it.
as
Oh
fuck.
my god, that's it.
Define
Flash your
cope.
rag out. Get your
Define
bloody
cope.
rag
I'm gonna
out.
be
I see
pedantic as
you
fuck.
messing out. Oh my gosh.
Define
PMS
cope.
out harder. Why?
How old? I didn't know if you dropped him or not.
I did not.
Yep.
Define
Nope.
cope.
So
Why?
Prove you know it.
because
You've had
we want to
time.
understand where you're like coming from.
What does me
By
proving
like
I know
you
it have
saying
to do with any part of
coping.
the argument?
No, I legitimately say it like because some people, they certain words mean different
I think so.
things
AI.
to people.
Actually,
So
you
I just want to see.
clowns revert to definitions because you can't defend any of your clown world views.
Nope. I
No, we
already
just want a
explained
better
it, but you're not understanding.
understanding.
Man, you
So
guys are
definition
really
of cope,
excited
I'm
with
still
me.
waiting.
Why would I give? Why do I need to play your fucking definition game? How about
Why'd
you
you call
You
in?
literally called this
How
number.
about you? Because it's your debate. I'm not here to define words. Is this the Webster Dictionary show?
Yeah, it should be at this point. Actually, I'm going to change that right
Oh,
now. We are now the
well,
Webster Dictionary
sorry.
show of Ari. So what is the definition
My
of cope?
bad then.
What is the definition of cope? Oh, he left.
Okay, I just want to say thank you, Chris, for the dono over here. I appreciate you so much. I had to turn my do not disturb on, so sorry if it took me a long time to shout you out, but thank you for that.
Oh, we got a couple of shout outs of our own. Also, sad face. Brian also ran away. So, but we are, Chris paid $5 for a RAR. It probably sounds better now, right now. So I'll give it to you again. RAR. So that probably sounds more authentic. And that's going to the band pool. So we're going to continue on this. So we know who he is. Know he's watching. It's so odd how obsessed people are. Okay. That's written down. Yeah. He couldn't
My
hang on
favorite
any
thing
level.
is that he crashed out more the calmer we were.
That's how they always go.
And you're just
Right?
gonna cope. And I was just trying to
Define
understand
cope,
you.
man. I just want to get on. I want to make sure we have a similar understanding, my guy. Hold on. There's a bit to scroll through. What did I miss? Of course. Thank you for the 5, Chris. So, hold on. There was this was for Brian, and I'm sorry I missed reading it for him. Since he is so anti-abortion, does his bank account currently have a minimum of 120K in it to cover a full pregnancy and first year of life of the baby? That is if nothing goes wrong with the pregnancy or in the first year. No, they never have any solutions to how to help the baby afterwards, after it's born. Melissa says, seems efficiency of pro-life action should be the go-to instead of this ages-old argument. Pro-life simply has resulted in more death. Agreed. That's funny, Phoenix. Seth, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this towards that as well. So we're at 55. I'm making an executive decision here, but I can't wait for that to call
It's an
back in.
orientatorship.
It's an orientatorship. Thank you so much for the 50, Seth. And then Phoenix says, if I'm mad about my micro pen was a person, is Joe. That was Joe. What cost in the state? Oh, yeah, Caroline, it costs. So in the United States of America, if you have health insurance, and you guys can find this, people post their receipts all over the place. Hospitals will charge health insurance companies $80,000 for the entire birthing process, right? Not even getting a cesarean section, just the birthing process, staying in the room, getting checked in, everything like that. If you have good insurance, that will get dropped down to, and this is just good. I'm not talking about great insurance. This is just good, average insurance. You're still going to owe the hospital about $30,000.
All right. Since we are okay, I do
It's insane.
want to go back to this fucking like pro-choice, pro-life stuff. If you are not educated in biological processes, there's no need for you to even start talking about being pro-life, for one. 2,
Ain't that the truth?
if you don't know like what these like what procedures are like and how they help, you shouldn't be talking about being pro-life and being so anti-abortion, because guess what, abortion saved lives. When the
They do.
trigger laws went through, um, when Roe v. Wade was overturned, the states with the largest or sorry, with the most restrictive laws on these on abortions, actually you saw the maternal mortality rate increase about 9%. Abortions save lives. It
Yep.
actually saves lives. So like if you are genuinely pro life, you would want safe access and universal access to abortions. You would also want universal health care. You would also want universal basic income. If you are so pro life, you need to also think about the woman. And if you are so pro life, you need to also think about, um, you know, how much is your government putting towards the military industrial complex? Because if you're impoverished when your kid gets to a certain age, it's most likely that your kid is probably going to join the military. And then if they're just putting all this money towards the military industrial complex, then it's more likely that they're just going to be warmongers. And then next thing you know, your kid's life is just going to be cut short because they're being sent overseas because everybody only cares about, building bombs and war, rah, rah. But, or you could invest in, healthcare and the wellness and the betterment and of children, women, and essentially men when the two other groups actually benefit. But
Yeah.
that only makes sense. That's logically consistent, but y'all like the fucking inconsistencies and shit.
Okay, so there's going to be two things. These go hand in hand because one makes me laugh. Melvin, thank you so much. Would it be far-fetched to say that his pro-life stance is based on misogyny as well? Because he was very rude. Wanted to interrupt you, ladies. Yeah, he did the entire time. That is very true. And then I can't put this one up on screen, but thank you so much for the 10 because I had to approve it. So I just want you to know as I'm like reading this out loud and I'm laughing at you, I approved your misogynistic takes, okay? And I'm reading this
Can you send me a
verbatim.
screenshot?
Sure, I
Oh,
can.
you're actually gonna read it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna read it, but I can do that too. Sometimes I can only do one thing at a time, so bear with me. Okay.
No, you're okay.
Some simp impregnated these sluts one night and then they murdered their baby.
You're pregnant, Ari?
Fuck if I knew.
Oh.
Did that happen?
I had an abortion.
I'm sorry. That sucks. That's hard to deal with.
It was, and the funny thing is, it was actually like a planned pregnancy.
Oh no, that's actually the
but
worst.
I had to get an abortion. And if I didn't get the abortion, I would have just died of sepsis. So when I say abortion is healthcare, it is, because legitimately, and I had to do both processes. I did the pill, and that emptied out everything but my uterus. Right. So
Yep.
then they were like, "Oh my gosh, that sucks. Hey, you think you might want to get surgery?" I'm like, yeah.
Please, if
I
that's
have a
what's
child
needed.
at home. I don't want to
Yep.
die. Somebody needs to take care of him.
I'm gonna save
So,
this. Hopefully,
abortion is
TikTok
healthcare.
doesn't hate me. Oh, I don't think I have this on this setup. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I don't think I have. I don't, and I don't want to make it really big. So let's. I like this one. No, don't do that.
No, you got a D and C. That means the fetus is unalived.
He's stupid. Ignore him. He never comes up to comment or to up on the screen anyways. Call the police if he refuses to wear a condom. Gals, that's for you. If you ask a man before you get into bed, where's your condom? If he doesn't wear one, right, call the police. I support this message. Thank you, D. I've had 2 great messages today. Hey, Jake, define murder. It's a legal term. I'll wait for the legal definition of murder. Also, hey, how many women in the chat have their punch card, their abortion punch card?
I need to go over to
You
to
need
the
a new
shop
one?
to get it.
You've used your 12th one is free?
No, I've been calculating them in my head, but I realized I could have been saving so much money had I gotten a punch card.
Damn. Okay. You should have gotten that punch card. Also, hold on one second. I have words to say.
Like, I don't know if you get a free one. I do know that, like, oh wait, sorry, Ari's talking over there. My bad. She surpassed 400K this today. Oh, okay. It's because her chat is not being bots. It's fucking stupid. This is what I'm doing, chat. As I'm chatting. That's what I'm doing on my computer.
I'm just pointing it out. Anyway. There was
Like
something
you
else that
can
somebody
like
said.
you can rage comment in between tapping y'all. Like you can go ahead and tap up to, let's say, tap the bar or tap the bar through, right? And then you go ahead, rage comment, go back to tapping until you're ready to rage comment again, right? That's what you can do. That's how you support. And the thing is, it's not even about like, it's not a quote unquote popularity type of thing either. It's genuinely, this is very helpful when it comes to being able to push this out. If you like listening to these types of conversations, if you like to like if you like these platforms, the platforms require support. And tapping is free. Like we're not even asking. It would be great if we like landed like, $100 donos, whatever. That'd be fantastic, wonderful, great. But we literally ask if you're going like when you show up to just support. And it's as simple as, or again, if you have a desktop, laptop, hold down the L. And then you can do whatever the fuck on your phone.
Peter, I don't want to hear it. You never give me crabs, so I don't want to hear it, Peter. No one gets the placenta.
Have you gotten fingered yet?
I don't know I can't remember the reference.
There's a gift called like mystical finger or something.
Oh, no. No, like I don't. Peter, they looked gross. I don't want a grotesque, actual, real looking placenta as a sticker. I'm pretty sure TikTok would not allow that.
You just got fingered. The defied fingers.
Did I miss it? Oh, that doesn't show anything.
It doesn't, but it's still funny.
Oh, that's weird. Also, Tenet, if you guys are here on TikTok and your heart me is grayed out, we fix that? Thank you, Chris, for the $1. Said, tell him to tap the screen or I'll run them over with my power chair. Is that an appropriate time to say they see me rolling?
Oh my gosh.
I love Chris.
Hi, everyone.
Guys, if you are still
is
here,
Ari.
yeah, I know it's odd ADHD central. If you are still watching on YouTube or Twitch, be sure to. No one gives money to liberal streams, said Jake Sharon before Lucas said, get the fuck out of here. Lucas just proving a point. Ryu also said, get better. I do get donations. I just don't take the super chats out of my daily goal. But if I did, we cleared this entirely from super chats. So I'll be honest about that one. So don't worry, you guys are ensuring people get paid. Thanks, Caroline. If you guys are watching over on YouTube or Twitch, be sure to hit that subscribe, hit that follow button. If you want to follow, you should follow Mia or subscribe to our channel. It is in the description. This is why I shouldn't go live. I'm sick and I'm tripping over my words. But y'all have a good night. Oh, hold on.
I think you're fantastic, wonderful.
Melvin says, but it doesn't feel as good if I can't go bareback. Plus, my pullout game is good. Signed, a diabolically misogynistic pig. Guys, I have a hint for you.
Melvin.
Well, because here's the thing, right? Sorry, this is. Oh, thanks for the octopi. Here's the thing, right? If it doesn't feel good unless you're not wearing a condom, you jacked yourself off too much. That's literally what it means. Is you desensitize your member because all you believed in was fornication with your own hand.
I like sick Ari.
I'm sorry. That's a fucking you problem, man. Maybe stop jacking it off at home every 5 seconds. Because you just gotta bust a fucking nut. That sock isn't in it for you, okay? Yeah, these fucks that watch too much porn and jack themselves off too much. Exactly, yeah. Make contraceptive available and free to everyone and anyone. I agree. Spark, it doesn't mean you have to touch it. I have boobs and they're fantastic and I like looking at them. Doesn't mean I have to stimulate them every 5 seconds. Awesome. YouTube, Twitch.